We went out in some pretty nautical conditions. On the way to our first spot, we came across this bit of junk laying around in the ocean and we knew we had to get in on it. It was covered in fish life. There may have been a few of our toothy friends as well, and when we finally got out to the reef, it did not disappoint. Here's just a small taste of what you're about to see. Stick around, guys. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, boy.
Due to all the rain we've been getting over the past few weeks in southeast Queensland, we had no hope of getting any inshore visibility, so we're sending it wide today, just over 20 nautical miles. Now with only a few miles left, Brendan got super excited when we saw this floating in the water. This bit of junk's probably floated down from Indonesia or God knows where, but here's why we got excited. Any bit of junk floating around out here is going to potentially hold dolphin fish, wahoo, or maybe even a marlin. When I first jumped in the water, I noticed some big dollies sitting off in the background. So I was holding off on some of these smaller fish in the hopes that one of those big ones would swim in and give me a good shot. Those bigger dolphin fish were just too good for me. They would not come in and give me a shot. Brendan, however, was having much better luck. He'd already shot a dolphin fish and now he's got a wahoo. I saw this little guy when I first jumped in and he finally built up the courage to come in and say g'day. These sharks are awesome. They're my favourite. Hammerheads are so cool. After I saw Brendan had shot a wahoo, that was number one on my hit list now. I really wanted to shoot one. Just off in the distance, I can see a few coming in. These first two fish were around the 8 to 10 kilo mark. They would have been great to shoot and take home for dinner. But they were just moving far too quick and I didn't manage to get a shot on. The stragglers in the school, they were not quite as big. Honestly, I don't even know if they were legal, so I just left them be.
You crossed to the dark side, Cliff.
And because I'm hopeless at spearfishing, I needed to use the fishing rod to get myself a dolphin fish. Well, that felt like cheating. Anyway, back to the spearfishing. Okay, we eventually made it out to the reef, and conditions were great. Beautiful visibility, about 25 to 30 metres. Now, most of the diving we're doing out here is over 25 metres deep. When we sounded over the mark we wanted to dive, the fish life looked amazing. But unfortunately, we didn't have our drift line lined up that well, and we kind of missed it on the first drift. Just off in the distance there, I could see a spangled empress swimming in. Now, I'm pretty glad I didn't shoot this fish because when I turned around, there was a pretty special fish there for me. I was pretty stoked to get a nice big blue spot trout. This is only the second blue spot trout I've shot in southeast Queensland, so it was a pretty cool fish. And one of the other cool things about these trout, the blue spot that we get in this area, they have these beautiful blue bars in the cheek, kind of like a bar cheek trout, but yeah, just an interesting coloration and variation in the blue spot trout species. We reset the drift after I threw the trout in the boat, and Brendan put us right on the mark. I'm just about to drop down on one of the fishiest spots I've ever seen. It was epic. Just wait till you see it. On my way to the bottom, I look up and there is a huge school of jacks right in front of me. The fish life on this spot was insane. Now, I was trying to take my time, have a good look through the school of jacks and pick out a bigger fish. And that's when I nearly bumped that trevally and spooked them all. But luckily, everything come back in pretty quick. They weren't too spooked. I picked out a pretty nice jack and put a good shot on it. Mangrove jacks are such an awesome fish to hunt. They look so awesome underwater and they are absolutely delicious.
Do you see the jacks? There's so many, probably 40 or 50 of them.
The area we're diving today is normally quite sharky. It can be pretty hard to get fish past sharks here at times, but today they were quite well behaved. Not too sure what this one's doing, maybe trying to shake that remora off, who knows. We're about halfway through the day's diving at this point, and I'm finally starting to feel a bit better in the water. I'm not sure why, but some days it takes me ages to get comfortable. As I got to the bottom, 3 big Queensland grouper swim up. I'm trying to keep half an eye on them, just because these things can be a little territorial at times. As I look past the grouper, just off in the distance, it looks like a big school of jacks. As I was swimming closer to the school to get a better look, the closer I got, the more and more they started to look like red bass. We reset the drift again, and I'm about to drop down and shoot my best fish for the day. Before I had even gotten to the bottom, this nice green jobfish swam in and gave me a really good shot. Now, it's not normally that easy to shoot a green jobfish, so I got pretty lucky on this dive.
Yeah, boy.
Try to humanely dispatch all my fish as quick as possible and bleed them for the best possible eating quality. This guy went just over 4 kilo, another great fish for the box. It's turning out to be a pretty good day. It's around midday at this point, and this is going to be our last drift. I'm dropping down just up current of the bommy in amongst all the surgeonfish. There was so much life on this bommy, it was really fun diving. In hindsight, I really should have got down to the bottom and had a good look in those caves, because there might have been some good jacks in there. But anyway, as I'm coming up after my dive, I look up and there's a big ray, big eagle ray I think it was, and it had 3 cobia on it. Now, I thought it was a half decent shot. It looked only just below the spine. Unfortunately though, after a short fight, the line went slack. I haven't shot many cobia, maybe they've got really soft flesh and you have to shoot them just behind the head. I'm not 100% sure. Brendan, however, made good use of the last drift and he shot a really nice rusty jobfish. And then just before he got back in the boat, I had this nice Spanish swim underneath me. So I took a quick dive and tried to close the gap. But unfortunately, this mackerel wanted nothing to do with me and he was gone.
Spanish.
I saw another little one.
It was probably over 10, maybe 10 to 12.
A bit better than when we were going out.
If you enjoyed the episode, guys, please give it a like. If you want to see more like it, subscribe as well. Thanks for watching.
Oh, fishy. Not bad. Fishy! What do you reckon, bud?
Is that your favourite? Big blue spot? Oh, yummo.